The last of this year's flagships, the LG G4, may very well be the most intriguing device as well. While it is a definite step down from last year's LG G3, the G4 still has some qualities of its own. But does it make for a good overall device? Let's find out. Perhaps the biggest disappointment in the LG G4 is its build. No matter what LG says about its leather back and curved design, it's not working here. For one, the leather back feels very plasticky and not quite as premium as a flagship phone today should be. In addition, leather as a material isn't exactly built for a phone. When we received our LG G4 unit, it already had blackened corners, which is a major disappointment if you're buying a phone worth 50k. In addition, it is also quite easy to put fairly permanent scratches on this leather back. Combined with the fact that the rest of the phone is made of plastic, it's just a whole lot of plastic material that you get. You can take a lot of good images off this phone, but in reality it is not even close to any of its competitors. It's not that plastic can't fit this price range. In fact, it did for the LG G3 last year, but the brushed metal finish was so much better than this. Speaking about the LG G3, that's another step back for the South Korean company here. The G3 was a 5.5-inch device built to perfection. It wasn't overly large and was a treat to use. While the G4's curve does allow it to fit in your hands well, it's still quite large and unwieldy. This, along with the fact that the phone is pretty thick, makes for yet another shortcoming of this device. Lastly, while looks are subjective, we don't quite find the brown leather back to be the best look for a smartphone either, and we found tons of people who agreed as well. One of the strong points for the LG G4 is its display. Depending on what kind of display you like, the G4 may be the best display in the market right now. The colors are very accurate, and though it is a little bit warm, it's just the kind of warmth that most people like. On the UI front, the G4's UI may be a little tough to get used to, but eventually you will get used to it. After reviewing the Sony Xperia Z3, we won't really question LG for going with the Snapdragon 808. But the fact remains that this processor doesn't really match up to the best out there. In fact, if you have a Snapdragon 800 series device, then the LG G4 wouldn't be a big upgrade for you. The performance of this processor is nearer to the Snapdragon 805 than the Samsung Exynos 7 Octa. While it does the job for regular activities, it's better suited to mid-range flagships than high-end devices. What was really surprising though is that too many apps seem to be crashing on the G4. Games like Marvel Contest of Champions would just stop midway, while apps like RDO, Flipkart and many others also crash regularly. The Snapdragon 808 isn't the most powerful processor, but such issues should ideally not happen with it. The strongest aspect of the G4 though is its camera. The 16MP laser autofocus camera on the back is arguably the best camera in the market today. It is one of the fastest, of course, and it also takes really nice images in terms of color reproduction and dealing with various light conditions. In comparing the G4 with the Samsung Galaxy S6, we realized that under yellow light, Samsung completely removes the effect that the yellow light creates, while the LG G4 does a very good job of retaining it and yet coming out with a very good image. Lastly, the battery of the LG G4 is also pretty weak. While it is better than the Xperia Z3 Plus, on our battery test it lasted for 9 hours, which is good but not good for a flagship device today. So overall, if you're going to buy the LG G4, you have to buy it only for the camera. So if the camera is your first priority and you want the absolute best, then the G4 is a good option. But for everything else, you should go for the Samsung Galaxy S6, and you won't really be making a very big compromise with the camera there either.